what they basically did is they patented it and just decided just never to use the game again and locked those mechanics in that game for eternal time so no one else can use it.
Right.
Which would be a pretty cool thing to have in a game.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Again, Pokemon sued for the wrong thing.
Yeah. And basically they sued on something, probably just trying to find a small little thing they could actually sue on. And
also, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like suing was the way to go.
But Nintendo. That's their only option. They only have one option, which is go nuclear for things.
Hell yeah.
That's why they strike channels instead of actually just filing a copyright claim.
Hell yeah.
You know the difference between a copyright claim and a strike on your channel, right?
Yes.
So like they go straight for the ruining the life of the person who plays the game.
Oh hey, just gonna throw it out there. We're gonna be done for the night. So I'm gonna just do some side quests off camera.
Come on, you got 2 more hours, man. Full 8-hour stream. Come on.
Oh god, all this is gonna have to end up on fucking.
I'm joking. You don't have to do an 8-hour stream if you don't want.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do an 8-hour stream once we get to 70 viewers.
There you go.
We'll talk to you.
Jonah,
With 70 subscribers.
how are you feeling?
Better.
No,
Now that I'm
followers.
taking the medicine you
Followers.
brought.
I was going to say we're at 6 subscribers right now. That is excellent. I fucking
What
love
about
that.
10 subscribers? Every 10 subscribers will do an 8-hour stream.
Wait,
Every 10 subscribers, Mist
meant
and I will do. Mist and I will do a 12-hour stream.
For subscribers.
Every 10 subscribers, 12-hour stream.
There we go.
By the way,
you sure?
Are you cool with that?
are you
I
gonna
am.
stay here today?
Remember, I'm the one with endurance.
Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking go.
I accidentally have done 12-hour streams.
Uh-huh.
You'll stay
It's
with
not
me?
fun.
Really?
I mean, hey, fuck. We're at 6 hours now. I could do 6 more.
What was it? I think
Yeah,
I started a 6
I'll
p.m.
get back
stream
to
once for
Okay.
Resident Evil. It was on the final, like, Resident Evil 4 for my Resident Evil. Oh, no, that one ended up not a 12-hour. That ended up as an 8-hour stream.
Hold on now. I hear a
Did I?
voice.
Have I actually ever done a 12-hour? No, I haven't. I've done a 9-hour. I've done...
I squint.
I
hour.
squint and see a boy,
Boy standing
before
before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes.
He also has an incredibly long sword.
Also has a huge cock. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What with all that cock in the way? What's he saying?
All of a sudden, a bunch of black feathers shot out of his
Shut the fuck up!
Hey, ta, isa, hey.
You know what? You know what? At this point, Cypher is a better villain than Sephiroth. Cypher is a better villain than Sephiroth.
Which one's Cypher?
Final
8.
Fantasy VIII. He's the one with the short blonde hair.
No, I know who
Yeah.
he is.
Oh yeah. I was straight up saying I'd rather see him than Sephiroth at this point.
Would you say he's a villain?
He is an antagonist.
He's an antagonistic force, yes.
Doesn't he, like, become good eventually?
Nope.
Nope? Alright,
Nope,
he's just
his-
the bully for bully's sake. Got it.
He's the bully because he got shown up, got his girl stolen, and then lost his job working for the sorceress.
Never played Final Fantasy VIII, by the way.
In there.
He also kills
Never.
Odin.
I refuse to play Final Fantasy VIII.
Why?
Why?
I hear the gameplay is so bad.
It's not bad. It's just different.
The gameplay, I think, is a little more involved than 7.
Yeah, it's a learning
You don't.
curve.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've played every single one except 8.
It's not the same.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's got its own thing. It's got what's called the junction system.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Basically,
is the junction system.
It's not as bad as you think. It's just different.
Yeah, there's a learning curve where different guardian forces affect your stats differently. Different summons affect your stats differently. And
I still don't call it the worst Final Fantasy though. That is complete overreaction to people.
Well, yeah,
That's
you haven't played it. How would you know?
No, it's just I hear people saying it's the worst, and from what I hear about it, that still doesn't constitute being the worst.
The worst Final Fantasy is a purely subjective thing.
Yes.
It's 13.2
Nope.
or 13.5.
Nope.
It
I can
depends on
argue
the
that.
player. It depends on the player.
Because I had this argument with Mac. I actually can argue for both sides of that because I do not think 13, any of them are that bad. In fact, I have more of a hatred for 15.
15 was pretty bad too. Yeah,
I
understand.
I didn't play enough of 15 to say whether
boring.
it's bad or not.
It's boring.
It seemed boring what I played. There's a reason why I stopped playing it. But
Yeah.
I do want to give it a fair shake. Stop getting distracted by hunting for paint. And
Or
actually,
going fishing.
yeah, and actually play
At
through
least
the
you guys
story.
got to it a distraction. My reason was I got my car stuck.
Oh.
You don't need the car. The
I
first,
did.
The first
no,
area
I
is
needed the
pretty
car
small.
because I was on the total opposite end of a map where I could not get to anything without the car.
You could have just ran.
You glitched
No,
out.
it
Did
was
you glitch
at
the
night.
game?
I was not doing it.
You could have just
Alright.
ran.
So as a
No.
personal, 15 is your least favorite.
Yes.
But in a non-biased sense, which one would you say is the least popular then?
It's not going to be any of the 13 games because the game got 2 sequels. They don't make 2 sequels just to say fuck you to the fans.
No, that is true. I would say
The game
I
was obviously
personally-
clearly popular enough to warrant 2 sequels. Same
solely
thing
because
with
of lightning, by the way. Lightning is the only thing in that game that I believe kind of gives it any good.
That's
Makes it-
so-
again, I
so they've
can
got a
argue that too.
So they've got a character that is well written and popular enough to warrant.
I wouldn't
2
say
sequels.
well written. I
No,
wouldn't say-
she's not well written.
No, I wouldn't say well written.
I haven't played the games. I'm going off of what you're saying.
Okay.
That if one character
So-
is enough to make 2 sequels, then something that then that character
okay,
clearly has something
Here-
going
here's
for
the
it.
thing about
And she
2.
ain't stacked or anything.
2 isn't about her, though. 2
About
is
her
about
sister.
her sister.
Yes.
As it should be. Final Fantasy, according to Hironobu Sakaguchi, who created the series, Final Fantasy is not supposed to have sequels. It's not supposed to have spin-offs. Every game needs to be its own story.
All right. Can I say my stuff real quick?
Yeah, please.
I don't consider 13 the worst. I consider Final Fantasy 2 the worst.
Because of the leveling system with the weapons.
Gameplay. Actually, to be honest, leveling with the weapons, I did not mind.
I'm going to play
It was
Final Fantasy 2.
the story was bad. The way you leveled health was bad. The characters were bad. Except Guy. Guy was funny. He had one line that kind of saved him for the entire thing. Guy can speak beaver.
I like
And that's the only thing that stuck with me in that game. It was hilarious. But it does not save it from it being the worst Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy
It's funny that
13.
This should have been a Gamer Crush question.
Final Fantasy.
You know what? No, I'm gonna back up. I'll give a pass at 15. 10-2. That one, no. I'm not giving a pass.
I have played 10
That
too.
was my first Final Fantasy game.
Here's the
and
thing. I think
I played it for 1 hour because I borrowed it from my cousin when they were visiting. And they played it because the main character had 2 guns. And I was like, yeah.
Yuna.
Yeah. So they played it because Yuna was cosplaying as Dante.
Yeah, and that's actually the only time I ever played that game. I said I played them all. Have I beaten them all? No.
Well, it was only 10 and 10-2.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
hey,
beat 10, but I have not beaten 10-2.
I mean-
played a little bit of 10-2.
I'll straight up say out of the post Hironobu Sakaguchi Final Fantasies, 10 is the best out of them.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Wait, no. Oh, you're talking about like that's after 9 or?
Yes.
Yes.
Hironobu Sakaguchi, the man who created Final Fantasy, he left the company after Final Fantasy 9.
So we have Final Fantasy 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right?
Yes, and then the remake projects, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children.
I will not be counting those.
You should.
Yeah,
You
because
count
they are
them as
part
their.
of it.
But I have not finished Rebirth yet, so need to go do that before I can consider those into my rankings.
Well, what's Rebirth got to do with Crisis Core, Ever Crisis, Before Crisis, Advent Children?
Oh, that stuff. I thought you were talking about the remake and Rebirth.
Well, I mean, you can count remake, or you know what? If you want to keep remake and Rebirth together, I get that. But Crisis Core, Ever Crisis, Before Crisis, Advent Children, all of those are also post Sakaguchi Final Fantasy.
I would say actually my top for those games that we are post Namaguchi or whatever
That's not my...
is I can't say it. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine,
I'm
it's
sorry
fine,
to all our
it's
Japanese
fine,
audience.
It's fine. We don't have a Japanese audience. It's fine.
14 is my favorite.
MMOs are very popular games, and 14 was fun when I played it.
Yes, that is
It's
why
just-
only because I have only good memories playing it. Story is a generic story.
I
It
mean,
gets over the top. It's
an
a Final
MMO
Fantasy
story.
It's an MMO Final Fantasy story. It's like a little bit comparatively
The
to other
great
MMO stories.
evil one is going to do a thing, and you are the chosen
Well,
warrior.
okay.
And you need to collect
All Final
the-
Fantasy games are like that, though.
Yes, and it gets over the top and stuff. It's a
Well,
Final Fantasy story.
Yeah,
Comparatively to other MMO stories, I'd say it's slightly above average.
I'm sure. I
Yeah.
don't know enough about
Um,
MMOs. I just don't like playing them.
Gameplay-wise, falls in the trap of older MMOs of tab targeted.
Yeah.
It's fine. The reason I have it as my favorite of those games
cat
is
man.
because I have nothing but good memories with it. I met some close friends in there.
Yeah, no,
And-
that's good, man.
Yeah.
Um,
What else?
I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze.
By the way,
I
if
watch
I
his
never
face
played that
express
game-
unless his lips slowly flutter.
I would have never met the
stream.
people in here. If I had never played Final Fantasy 14, I would have never met the people in here.
Nah, I got you.
Yeah. That's the only reason why it's the top of those past 10.
I understand.
So- 17? Oh, 16. 16.
Never
I was
played
like,
16.
17?
It's a good game. It holds itself as a good Final Fantasy game.
You know, I feel like the only thing that seems to hurt 16 is that Final Fantasy has been kind of held up by strong characters, and 16, at least from what I've seen, obviously I haven't played it, I don't have a PS5, from what I've seen, 16 doesn't really have strong characters, it's just, oh, noble knight and fair lady.
Nah, if
But
you play
they
through it,
fuck!
no, okay, there is a sex scene in it. There's a nudity in it.
Okay, yeah, hold on, wait. Is it a sex scene, or is it like they're naked, but they're like covered up?
They're naked and they're not covered up.
Do you see nipples?
It's not. No.
Then it's not a sex scene.
Fine. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair
because I'll give it to Last of Us Part 2. You do see a lot more.
No,
yeah.
no, you don't. You see one person's nipples.
No,
And
that's
it's
what I'm saying.
it's the one that you're supposed to wonder what's going on between their legs.
But I get that because you also get a very forceful thrust where it's like, whoa, okay, that was wow.
All right. As I was saying about 16, I played through it. I haven't finished it yet, by the way. I still got to finish it.
Bless you 3 times.
I'm almost done with it. I think I'm almost done.
Verily, I am the prince of
Yeah,
this
but
land.
thinking you're almost done.
the lady of this land, and we should bump our
Here's the
uglies.
thing about Final Fantasy. Well, from what I gather, because I didn't play 16, I don't care.
Which is fine.
I just feel like it's running into the Dragon Age, or what Dragon Age should have ran into later on, kind of tropes.
You know what I think it is? 16 to me, from what I've seen, and I might be wrong, feels like it takes.
I still have yet to finish my piece before people start interrupting
I'm sorry.
me.
You go first. You go first on my stream.
No, but at 16, from what I've played so far, like a lot of the characters in it are actually pretty endearing and stuff. They put in work into it. They put in effort. Is it a top 3 of those games? No. It's number 4 in all those things that are after the guy's name.
I got you.
Yeah, the game itself, I'd say, is a pretty well-made game.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm
Is it a
definitely going
Final
to check
Fantasy
it out.
game? It's not a Final Fantasy game other than the Final Fantasy creatures and stuff in it.
That's what bothers me about a lot of Final Fantasy games now, is it's only Final Fantasy in
name.
theory.
It's the theme, yeah. If it was not called Final Fantasy, it would be a great game.
It would be generic, insert Final Fantasy type-esque name here.
Well, I think that's kind of the thing. I think, and especially like once you get past 10, because 10 still had some of Sakaguchi's influence on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, 10 and maybe 11, because I didn't play
I don't know. I don't know enough about 11.
12 can eat a dick.
12, from what I hear, is actually good.
No, oh my god, I can't stand 12 either.
It's completely different combat and stuff, I understand.
That part didn't bother me because
wait, doesn't 12 have Doesn't 12 have the horny bunnies?
Yeah, they're not horny.
But
You're
they're
making them horny.
No.
horny bunny?
Listen, bunnies are just naturally horny.
All right.
But
Oh, hi Scott. I forgot
Yeah,
you were here.
I don't mind the combat in Final Fantasy 12 because that's basically what Dragon Age Origins was. I was actually fine with that. The story can eat a dick. The characters, for the most part, can eat a dick.
I haven't finished 12 yet either. I started playing it, and then I took a break, and I was like, eh.
Well, okay, see, that should be an indicator. The fact that you went, should tell you it's not interesting enough for you to really think about it.
I also played only like 30 minutes in, so I didn't actually get to the point where the story could hook me yet.
But that's just it. Many early Final Fantasy games hook you. The later ones don't.
The golden age of Final Fantasy, a lot of people I think would say is from
6 to 9.
I was going to say from 4 to 9, but yeah, they're games that hook you right from the start. That give you an intriguing thing to follow right from the start. Like 6 has Terra, just as a character, is a really interesting person.
Can I give my rankings for my
sure,
like
absolutely.
Just going by main story games?
Yeah, absolutely. Eventually, we'll finish the stream.
Yeah. Well, you could have finished the stream. I thought stream was finished, to be honest. I was just talking.
Oh, no. I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to get through the scene first, but
yeah,
no.
There's like text on the screen, and he was actually reading it when this started.
Okay.
No, it's fine. But tell me about your Final Fantasy ranking.
Number 1 is 6. Number 2, I want you to guess.
9.
13.
Yeah, you're correct.
I was gonna say
9.
15.
9, I think, in my opinion, 9's the best out of them. It's all the things that were good about 6 and the previous games all condensed into one game.
You know why it's like that?
Because it was Sakaguchi's last stand.
It's his send-off to the original formula.
Yes, it was his love letter to his baby.
Yes, but I still consider 6 better because I have better experiences with
Of course,
6.
hey, I understand that. You know what else makes 9 so good? Guess who wasn't involved?
Tetsuya Nomura.
Isn't he the one that makes everyone blonde with blue eyes?
Pretty much. Tetsuya Nomura was
technically Tifa doesn't have blonde or blue eyes.
Yeah, she just has giant tits.
Number 3.
Yes. I'm gonna say tactics for you.
I said main series.
Oh, okay.
We're sticking.
Although Tactics is a good game.
I'm 5.
I feel like
for 5.
I don't think I ever actually played 5.
It made me love the job system.
Oh.
I love the job system in most games.
And it's all because of Final Fantasy V.
Actually, Dragon Quest IX, to be honest. That's the very first Square Enix, first job system game I played. It made me interested in it, and I found other ones that had it, and then 5 actually played fully through it. Then it's 4, 7, 8, 3, 1, 13. No, before 3 is 14, then 3, 1, 13, 15, 2. Oh, I forgot 10, 11, and 12, and 16.
Right on. Well, I've never...
There's just so many of them, it's... you forget.
Yeah.
Right, 10, I would put above 14. 12, under 14. 16, from what I played so far, above 10.
Mm-hmm.
In that order is.
I feel like Chris and I have the same mindset about 10 and 16.
And here's where it becomes a beautiful thing, because different games are gonna mean different things to different people. For Frog, 16. What?
Walk is a racist.
Yes, that's part of his character arc.
I know.
And you know what? He corrects the issue. He makes up for it. Then he gets a big fat titty goth wife.
Mm-hmm. And a baby with her. So
Well,
she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, she is stuck with him for 18 years.
I think what 10 suffers for me
Is 10 too?
No,
Oh, that would be it for me.
I know.
it's the ending.
It is.
Really?
You know what it is? I understand this because 10's ending is very unsatisfying. It's a really it's like a bitter ending. There's no sweet to the ending. It's just bitter.
It reminded me of Xenoblade's ending.
Well, see, I actually like. I don't like happy endings.
It was no, it wasn't the. It was the whole of your main character technically didn't exist.
I'm fine with that. I was actually fine with that.
To any viewers watching who has not played that game, it is a spoiler right there.
I
All
mean,
of this is spoilers for me. I haven't played any of these games.
Scott's like, well, now I guess we'll play Final Fantasy. Jeez.
yeah, I mean, basically, you find out that the character you've been playing as the whole game is like the dream of angels who want the big bad to cease to exist. They're like,
in my mind-
we dreamed him into existence, as well as his father. But they exist
and by
as
the
long
way,
as we
Scott,
sleep.
Remember that whale monster?
Yes.
That's the dad.
Yeah, that's the main character's dad. Is a big whale.
That is why I don't like that game
See,
as much as other people do. It's that ending. It just kind of feels to me. It's just like
final. Look, I'm okay with sappy endings, and I'm okay with bitter endings and bittersweet endings. But there's a time and place for them. And Final Fantasy, as a series, doesn't lend itself well to sappy, dismal endings.
And see, I think that's why I liked it. I had a different feeling because I'm like, thank God it didn't end on a sappy ending.
Like, well, you know what it is? If there was some way to keep Tidus around,
I didn't want him around. I was actually fine. And you know what? I'm gonna be fair about that.
Let me real quick clarify. If Tidus had died, that's his name. It's not Titus.
Yeah, it is Tidus.
I always thought it was Titus because going with the tide and he has the surfer motif.
That's our American way.
Yeah,
but it is Tidus.
Yes.
Titties.
Yes.
Titties.
If he had instead sacrificed himself to bring about the eternal calm, or whatever would stop sin forever, and that's how he was ejected from the end of the story, that would be different. There's something really bitter about him having never existed, because I think it is unfairly cruel to Yuna,
Well,
who doesn't deserve any of that.
So let me say my piece on that. So I did play the games out of order, so I basically saw the ending before I saw the beginning. So I think that's why I had a different opinion on it. Like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I really, like.
Oh, does
I don't
you hate Yuna?
No, I actually don't hate her.
No, Yuna's a great character. It's just 10-2 for
Should not have
Night.
existed.
Yeah.
In fact, that's the irony. 10-2 should not have existed. Hence why I'm actually fine with him not existing.
10-2 doesn't actually add anything to that story.
To be honest, I played it. I don't know the story of it.
You're not supposed to.
They're literally just going around looking for pearls, and then summons from the previous game come back for fan service, and you fight them.
It is a game that literally should not exist. Hence why I was fine with Tidus not existing at the end.
It existed to sell the whole double guns controller thing.
Plus, and Chris knows this. My deep-seated hatred for 10-2 really lies in one character,
Pain.
only because they didn't utilize her.
Which one?
Pain.
The female Orn one.
Pain. Her name's Pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
P-A-I-N. Pain.
Yeah. P-A-Y-N-E.
That character.
No, P-A-I-N-E.
Is it A? Whatever. It doesn't
Yes.
matter. Who fucking cares? thing is, she's thrust into the story right at the start and treated as if we're supposed to know who she is.
Yeah, the only way you know her relation to any of the characters is if you read, what was it, a comic or something?
Supplemental material, which is a bad game design. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. Why creators are doing this thing where it's like, oh, well, to get the full story, you need to read the comic book that came alongside. No, tell your fucking story. Write a full fucking story. It's called story writing. It's called game writing. Don't do this supplemental material bullshit. Supplemental material is supposed to add to what is already established, not fill in the fucking blanks because you don't know how to fucking write a story. You fucking hack. God damn it, Tetsuya Nomura.
It's a marketing ploy.
No, we know that. We know that.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't make it any better.
Yes, it is a marketing ploy to get people to buy things.
They wanted people to read the comics.
They wanted people to read the comics, so they got lazy with the main story to be like, see, you need the comic to know the whole thing.
And I wouldn't even from what I understand, you guys don't even say 10-2 is part of any of the main story at all. So is it really that bad?
It is canonical to the story.
It's basically the story of Yuna bringing Tidus back to life.
Yeah, so it does technically
Wait, what?
count.
They bring him back from non-existence?
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with this. The game basically starts with this, admittedly fun like Charlie's Angels thing right at the beginning.
Yes, now that part.
I think that part is what I remember from 10-2 in that.
That was actually one of the best openings to a Final Fantasy game.
It's actually really good.
It is super fun.
It turns out Yuna finds this record sphere, and it looks like Tidus is in it, and it's like he's trapped somewhere, and she's trying to find evidence of him. Okay, here's the thing. Turns out the guy she's seeing isn't actually him at all. It's someone that just looks like him from history.
It's so stupid.
If you get all the spheres and then you achieve everything in the game, the wills that, control the beyond everything, whatever, they're basically like, hey, you saved the world yet again, summoner, even though your calling has been fulfilled, you stepped up and saved Spira again, we're going to give you you can have your boy toy back. We'll bring him back as if he never left.
To be honest, if they did it right, that could have actually been a pretty heartfelt story.
That's the problem. They didn't.
If they actually added that as a post-game thing for 10 to bring here's
Tita
back.
Here's the thing. Here's what they should have done. If they were going to bring Tidus back like that, that should have been something that actually happens early in the game, because obviously Final Fantasy X, the Tidus-Yuna relationship is part of the plot.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing that into 10-2, what if they wanted to capitalize on the love aspect of it, they should have given her someone else in 10-2, and then through some spiritual means resurrected Tidus, and then you can have the drama of her having to choose between the new person she moved on to and the old person who died for her.
Or here's a third option.
Not bring it back at all.
No, never made the game in the first place.
Well, no. You make it a Charlie's Angels type of game.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Well, don't make the game.
Here's the thing. It's already been made.
I know. Believe me, I know. I can look over to my left to see it in my collection.
Listen, I am 100% on board with Hironobu Sakaguchi. There's a reason why it took until after 9 for any Final Fantasy to have supplemental material. There's a reason. He had a strict rule that each mainline game needed to be a complete story in and of itself. No need for sequel, no need for supplemental.
You know why he did that?
He hated sequels.
No. To stop corporate greed from milking a franchise.
And I love him for it. Do you know
Every Final Fantasy fan does. Why do you think Final
They
Fantasy
apparently
VII? No, Final Fantasy VII. After he stepped down, or I don't really know what happened to him, but
I forget exactly why he stepped down. I don't know if it was health reasons or he just kind of lost the love for it.
They proceeded to take their best marketed game, Final Fantasy VII.
They made a movie, they made a mobile game, they made a prequel game, they made another mobile game,
they made another prequel game. They made a fighting game.
A sequel game.
They basically marketed the shit out of it, and the corporate greeters got what they wanted.
And you know what? I see on fan pages now that people eat that shit up and they forget what fucking Final Fantasy VII is about. They lost the themes of the game, and they're just caught up in the shipping. They're caught up in the spectacle and the big like angelic, like, oh, there's now so many more characters now. It used to be the game was about grief. It was a fantasy game about grief that was dressed in a veneer of environmentalism.
Yeah.
Wow, that was very poetic.
Good job.
You're right, but that was very poetic.
Thank you.
All right.
Final Fantasy VII is very important to me. That was the first JRPG that I ever played.
Right. Here's a question for you guys.
Yes,
Should
sir.
I play through all of them again for my YouTube channel when I finish Dragon Quest?
Yes.
Yes.
But should I have should I play through 8 right now so I'm not going through them blind?
Play 8 blind.
Yeah, play 8 blind.
Well, no, I'm playing it now, but not blind for the channel.
Oh. Well, if you're already playing it, then
yeah, I have.
Look,
yeah.
I think
well, I'm gonna. I have.
You know what? Okay, I'll be honest. Play it off camera, so that you can get used to this system, because it is different.
Get used to the junction system. Get used to taking the seed tests, because they actually affect your in-game income.
They really do. I actually messed them up and had to get a guide.
All right.
Yeah.
Because if you take a look at my Steam, I have every single Final Fantasy game.
Good. I think they are
every mainline game. I don't have a lot of the side material because
don't worry
stuff's
about
hard
the
to
side
get.
stuff.
Like, I don't have Tactics. Tactics is hard to get.
Tactics, I've played. It is a
good.
very in-depth, complicated game. It does actually have a good story.
I hear it's a great game.
Yeah, it is often considered one of the best in the entire anthology.
See, like,
But
what do I got?
it does require a lot of patience to play, because it is a long
I also forgot I never played 11.
That's fine.
I have 11 and didn't play it because at the time my dad
you know
refused to pay. Well, my dad refused to pay for it, so I just have a game that I never played.
Yeah, it's an MMO.
I never.
I know. I know what it is.
That is very grindy, and at its depth is not a fun game for beginners.
I never played 2, 3, and 5.
2.
I'm
you
going to.
Don't need to.
But
you don't
here's the
need
thing. I don't need to play any of them. But the thing
Why?
is, I am
You
a
want to
fan.
experience
I want to
the bad.
experience. I want to know
The bad. Why it's bad.
I want to go into it, whether or not I need a strategy guide or a walkthrough or whatever. I want to go into it and understand what it is people don't like so much. Because I played the original Final Fantasy.
About
it
2?
was one of what?
About 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because shortly before my jump to GF1 for, a little while, with DTH games, Final Fantasy 1 was one of the last series I did. And I ended up having a lot of fun with it. Here's the thing, I definitely used a strategy guide, because that game does not tell you where to fucking go at all.
I'm gonna say something about 1.
It's
It's
very
dated.
It's what?
Dated.
Of course it is.
it
It's
is.
from the fucking 80s. Like,
It is it is not their first Square Enix's first game, by the way. It's not the first shit.
it's not,
For-
but it's the first Final Fantasy game.
It was supposed
Yes.
to be the last one.
That turns out that's actually not exactly true. They was just
No, they had plans.
they had plans, and calling it Final Fantasy was just more of like, that was a cool title for it. They weren't doing great business wise, but
No.
they weren't on the verge of bankruptcy like to
In
people
fact,
they
Final
were.
Fantasy is what got them out of the
Yeah.
crisis.
Yeah,
Their
they
their
weren't
flagship
crashing.
series their flagship series before that was Dragon Quest, and 1 and 2 of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. You think Final Fantasy is dated?
I mean, that's the thing. When I played the original Final Fantasy, I was like, I went into it like, I'm not expecting an amazing story. I'm expecting a story from a JRPG from the late 80s.
If
And
you want,
that's exactly
you
what I got. I do
as
think...
as a JRPG fan, there's one game you have to play. It is required.
Dragon Age.
Is it Dragon Age?
No,
It
it's
is
not.
Dragon Quest 1, the original NES version.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
The game's
I
short.
actually think it's in the Switch Classics.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the original. I don't know if they do their, but you gotta play that original version of it.
Sure, absolutely.
It's a very interesting to play. It's the very first JRPG ever released.
Perfect. Then I am 100% in. Because I've played some hit or miss games. I've played games that, like, I just randomly think about, like the Breath of Fire games, Breath of Fire 1 and 2. I barely got into those games as a kid because I didn't know what the fuck to do with them, but I remember them. Lunar Silver Star Story? Don't ask me what the fuck that game's about, but I definitely played it.
No, you're gonna like.
I think my
Don't-
brain activated sometime around somewhere between Xenogears and Final Fantasy IX.
Also,
When you
should
play
have
this
been-
game,
I'm trying to.
don't compare it to other franchises,
I won't.
because
Games
this
need
is
to
this is
stand
the
on their own.
This is the
Not-
father of all JRPGs. This is the game
Well,
that all
at
these
this point,
take.
grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah. This is the creation of the genre.
I got you. So
And with that, we should probably end this.
yeah,
Wait, let's finish this cutscene.
Let's finish the cutscene. Soon his lips.
Sorry for
begin-
any viewers who got caught up in that.
Sorry. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter.
Question: who is the one speaking here? Is this the girl?
I'm assuming it's the real Yona.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
So the girl,
Yes and no.
because I'm trying to think of a voice for this voice.
I'm assuming it is the girl, but not the one we've been spending time with in this stream. What is he
Alright.
trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S, then there's an E.
Oh.
I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for, the key to save my. Oh, this is NieR talking.
This is NieR.
This is
the kid.
NieR is talking to him. Is seeing himself.
Ugh.
He is seeing the real NieR.
All right.
I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity. Or he's staring at Emil. Because Emil also has white hair.
That might be true. We don't know.
I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it! I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me. But instead, I force myself to remain calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. And with that... Hold on, there's probably going to be some automatic dialogue.
Just a dream.
Nope. Oh. Okay.
Just a dream. Let's get...
Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed
Does he
verses.
sleep with that sword on his back?
Probably. I mean, I'm assuming that's a sister's bed, though.
His
Oh!
sister's upstairs.
How did I miss that bed? Anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight.
All right. You can find me at Frogru at twitch.tv/Frogru. We play. Starting next week, we are going to be changing up our streaming schedule. We're going to be streaming every Wednesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays will be a variety game day. We'll be probably switching off between. And Wednesdays, we'll be playing the Yakuza series.
That's so fucking dope.
Yeah. And you can catch most of my other gameplay stuff on my YouTube channel, which is... Videos are released Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday and Thursdays are Metaphor ReFantasio. Tuesdays and Fridays are Dragon Quest series. You can catch that at youtube.com/@Frogru.
Word, dog.
Scott, are you still alive?
I'm here.
Yeah, we kind of
plug
popped
the
off
thing.
a little bit.
Plug the thing.
Yeah, you
Do the
can
roar.
find me on GF1. I'm going to be playing Spanky's Quest next with Mac.
Dope.
I can't remember what he's playing next, but I'm playing Spanky's Quest. That's all I care about.
We gonna
You're super
spank.
weird.
And any more plugs? Any more?
No, can I please end the stream?
Yeah, go ahead.
In one more
Yeah,
hour.
What's stopping you? Nothing's stopping you. You
yeah,
could've done
all
this,
y'all.
Like 2 hours ago. No.
All
you
y'all.
could've- No, you could have stopped it a long time ago.
Put a bottle on those lips.
Hey, don't you blame me.
Okay, why did that make me hot? I have issues.
Yeah, you do. So do it.
Miss likes to be gagged. Got it.
Drink up. Give Daddy what he deserves. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.